The recording?
Yes.
That's good. Let me clean the
Frijo,
butt.
why are you shaking?
Yeah, Frijo, why are you shaking?
Michael got kissed in the butt. Michael. Wait, what's your name? Frijo got kissed in the butthole. Yeah.
Move it, Frijo. By who?
Michael.
That's disgusting.
How come we have to sit in front of you if you're gonna look at the camera? I know. Why can't we sit on the couch and just angle it
Because I want to talk to you guys.
I just farted. But you're gonna be looking at the camera and on my face.
Well, this way you can see me, and you'll remember this in the future. So, alright, here's what I want to talk. Michael, leave the dog alone because I don't want any disturbances. Leave him. Alright, sit here facing me. Bella. Puta madre, Michael.
What? What?
Is that you or the dog?
Both.
It smells like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
No, I'm moving over here.
Yeah, don't do that again. Thank you for the warning, at least. Alright, listen. Bella, but you're blocking the camera with your head. Come over here. Come on. You're gonna look at this recording someday in the future and be like, damn it, why did I take up all that time? Alright, listen, guys. I had a self-revelation, and it's something that I want to tell you about so that you can break the chain. You know how I don't like your grandmother? And you know how, whether you realize it or not, and maybe even you, but a lot of people don't like your grandmother? Have you picked up on that? Like, she doesn't get along with a lot of people. Okay. Well, I had followed in her footsteps in that a lot of people don't like me. And the reason why I think it is, when it comes to my mother or even me, is that we have good intentions, but it's the delivery of how we say things. So I need us as a family to work on improving this. And the reason why, specifically for you, are you paying attention? Mm-hmm. Because just how I learned it from my mother, you're learning it from me. And I see it. That's why I got frustrated with you a couple of weeks ago when you gave me lip. Yeah. I'm seeing you guys little by little follow in some of my footsteps, and we need to change that. And the only way to change that is to have a proactive parent, which someday you'll be, a proactive parent, self-analyze and say, okay, this is where I could have done things differently. Let me teach my children so that they don't make the same mistakes. And the mistake is this. Again, it's the delivery of how we say things. So going forward, what I want us all to do, especially when we disagree with each other or are frustrated with each other, I want us, which happens a lot, I want us to purposefully, and this is between the two of you too, because view this as practicing with each other. If you don't get this down with each other, you won't get it down when you're talking to me. If you don't get it down when you're talking to me or your mother, you won't get it down when you're talking to your friends in school, and then you wonder why they don't like you anymore. Or you won't get it down when you're in business, or you have a business partner, or you have a boyfriend, or you have a wife, and you wonder why do they think I'm an asshole, right? I'm lucky because your mother puts up with a lot of bullshit that I put her through. Okay, she sees through, because she also sees the good in me. She sees the greatness in me, right? But most people don't see through that, and don't have to see through that, which is why they just cut you off or turn into your enemy. So how we're going to fix that is going forward, especially when someone frustrates you, I want you to pause, take a breath, and then very kindly and gently explain to the person why this is upsetting you or why you disagree.
I do that a lot with Christian. When I'm playing video games and I die, it's because earlier today we played a game and I got really mad at him, but I calmed down because I learned how to. Because before I used to be super angry. I'd throw my controller on the ground, I'd punch something, I just inhale, I'm like, bro, why'd you impulse me away? And that's why I died. Because he impulsed me into the enemy's line of fire.
Right. So I need you to do that with your sister and with me and with your mother, okay? So I'll give you the example of where I messed up at work. So, in business, it's all about relationships and partners, right? So as you know, I'm the vice president of investments at the firm that I work at. And my counterpart is the branch manager on the bank side. Now, he's not a VP, he's not a vice president. And if he is, He's not at my level, nor does he make what I make. I make 3 times what he makes. But still, we need to partner with each other, because although I can work without him and he can work without me, our branch will grow better if we work together as partners. And he and I had a really good partnership. But the mistake that I made was twofold. Number one, in business and at work, there's no such thing as friends. You always gotta act professionally and speak professionally. And just because someone is from the hood, well, you're never from the hood, but just because someone is from the hood like you were, and the two of you get along because you're both Latinos, doesn't mean that, you know, when it comes down to it, he's not gonna throw you under a bus if he gets upset, okay? So always speak professionally. Don't be like, just because he's my boy, you could be like, you know? Because no, that's unfortunately not the case. Even though you're that way, most people aren't. They're pussies. Okay? So here's what happened. So because of I perceived him as a partner and as a friend. Okay? And he perceived me as a friend. But he also perceived me as being part of his team. Meaning he didn't see me as a partner. Even though I make 3 times more than he does, have a higher title than he does, you know, and have been at that branch 8 years, and he's just there 8 months, and he'll be gone in 2 years, right? And he'll just be another branch manager that comes and goes. But the point is that I made that mistake, and in business, I tend to be very loyal. If you're my partner, like a branch manager, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm going to help you grow your business. I'm gonna become your number 2. Like, I'm gonna be your like, I'll even belittle myself as if I don't make 3 times what you make. And listen, and let you take the lead. I let him take the lead because he's the branch manager, and because, you know, working together, blah blah blah, right? And when you do shit that upsets me, I won't rat you out unless it's fraud. If it's fraud, that's different. If it's something illegal, that's different, right? But if you do something, like for example, he would have this bad habit of like saying, "Hey yo," anytime something sexual sounded, right? So as an example, one time I had this nasal bottle, and I was cleaning the tip like this, right? And he was like, "Hey yo," you know. And listen, it's funny, right? But it's funny every now and then. He does it like 2-3 times a day, and I'm like, bro, I didn't say anything to him. What?
Like Bella? Yeah, she always uses joke. She overuses jokes too much, and it ruins the joke in general.
Well, but in this case, guys, but in this case, it's a sexual joke in a work environment. And I'm not gay. I'm sorry, I don't like jerking guys off. Okay? So when he's going, "Hey, yo," that's like a homosexual joke. And listen, whatever, I don't care what anyone else does with their life. Not my problem, as long as it's not you guys. You know, but I'm not gay, so Mike, just be, you see, that's an example. How could you have handled that differently? Because you see, if that was a business partner or a friend, you would have ruined that relationship. And even as your sister, because someday she's going to get older. Listen to me, right now, she has to have you in her life. Because y'all live together. And you're her brother. And you virtually share a bedroom. Right? Shut up, just listen. Right? You live here, so she can't just cut you off. But bro, if you do that someday in the future when she's living on her own, and she has her own family, or she has her own apartment, she's gonna do what I do to my mother. Cut you off. Because if you're a negative influence, and if your response is like, just grab stuff, someday she's gonna be like, "I love Mike, but this nigga's negative. You know, he has negative energy. I don't want to deal with that no more." And then you'll turn into what my father is for me. Do you see me talking and hanging out with my father? No, because he's negative energy. Now in his case, he doesn't, are you paying attention? In his case, he doesn't snap at me or give me attitude like your grandmother does. In his case, he's negative energy because, as I've said to you before on video, he's my father. I should be going to him for advice. He should be having these sit-downs with me. Not him coming to me asking me for advice on business and relationships and women and money and, you know, like it gets very lonely sometimes to not have someone to go to. You know what I mean? So that's why he's negative energy. So if you react like that to your sister, someday she's just gonna be like, you know what, that's it, I'm done. And she's gonna cut you off. You know? And you'll be like, all right, well, you know, I love my sister, but, you know, unfortunately she doesn't call me anymore. I'm not sure why, or I know why. You know, I upset her, but, you know, I don't know how to approach her. You know, don't do that, man. Don't do that, because someday it's just going to be the two of you and you're going to need each other. Someday you're going to be dating some girl that's going to make you feel bad, and you're going to want to talk to someone about how this girl is making you feel bad because you don't understand. She's going to be the one person you could speak to, because I'll be dead. You know, and your mother's in Mexico somewhere, or maybe she's dead too, or maybe you don't have that relationship with her. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Someday some dude's going to hurt your feelings. And you're gonna want a man's perspective, and I'll be dead. And you'll look through the YouTube videos, but you're like, Daddy didn't answer this question. Mike, can you give me some perspective? But if y'all react this way to each other, you're gonna eventually hurt each other's feelings. So that's an example of what you gotta work on. Purposefully work on it. Purposefully work on it. Because I'm gonna be looking for that. Because I'm thinking about your future. I'm thinking about when you have a business partner, a wife, or boyfriend, or a friend. Because if you know, to us it's normal. She's my sister. I'm just joking. But what we don't realize is that our acting friendly and just joking is hurting people's feelings. And that's what happened with me and this branch manager. So, and I'll start to wrap up because I know I'm talking a lot. So what happened was, because of this stupid bullshit COVID, which I think is yes, there's a pandemic. Yes, old people and sick people should be careful. But everything is ridiculous right now. You know, for example, I was in the doctor's office for my procedure today. Everyone's wearing masks, right? But for you to get into the building, you had to have a negative COVID test. Okay? And we're all standing next to each other because there's no room in the place. So it's just an example of the idiocy of this whole thing. You know? We all wear masks. Cool. Nothing against it. But we're walking through the malls right by each other. Right? You know, it's an exaggeration. It's stupid. And the epitome of the exaggeration was 2 weeks ago on a Friday, the branch manager, who I considered my partner, who again is not my boss. He's nowhere near my boss. Okay? He comes into my office and he's like, Mike, I got to share something with you that I don't think you're gonna like. I'm like, what's up? He's like, because of the state, new regulations, everyone in the building has to wear the mask at all times, even if you're in your office by yourself. I'm like, Jason, I'm not going to wear the mask when I'm by myself. I'm here by myself all day long. Like, I'm not going to wear the mask. It's stupid. And he's like, oh, mommy just came now. Poor timing, but we'll say hello real quick.
Hola.
Hi,
Hi,
mommy.
Daddy, sobreviviste.
Yes, I'm having a conversation with the kids and I'm recording. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 minute. Thank you. So, so I said to him, I'm like, Jason, I'm not wearing a mask. That's stupid. I'm in my office by myself most of the time by myself. I'm not wearing a mask. And I wasn't even looking at him because I'm doing paperwork, which I'm sure he felt was disrespectful, right? But again, I consider you a friend. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just doing work and like, dude, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, that's stupid, right? He's like, well, I'm going to have to tell Michael, hey, Michael, he's my boss, right? Like, tell Mike, I don't care what he thinks. Like, I'll just tell him that I have a medical condition, which I do, right? Whatever, And then the other thing was, because I had bought freehold that day, he was like, the other thing is, you can't bring the dog. I'm like, bro, really? Like, the dog? I'm like, come on, bro. Like, if I want to bring the dog, I'm going to bring the dog. Like, that too. Like, I'll get a medical thing for whatever. Now, my mistake was, I thought I was talking to a friend, okay? And that's important. I need you to hear that. In a business environment, I thought I was talking to a friend who I could be like, come on, bro, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that was my mistake. So what did he do? He went to Michael, hey, I got in trouble, I got yelled at, and because he betrayed my trust, because for me, in business, I'm a very loyal person. In the 8 months or whatever he's worked there, I have never, ever gone to his boss. This is the second time he's gone to my boss, okay? And I never said anything bad about him. The whole hey yo thing, I didn't even complain to him about it. Because for me in business, I believe in creating partnerships, right? So when someone betrays me that way, I take it personal, it hurts, okay? But that was my mistake. And your mother, you know, as I said before on video, and I'll say it again, you know, she may not have gone to Harvard, but she has this thing for business, you know? And she would always say to me, in business, there are no friends. In business, you know, you gotta separate the lines between friendship and business. You gotta, you know, be professional at all times because people might focus because you're distracting the system. Stop. All right? Focus. In business, you gotta blah, blah, blah. You know? So my point is, technically I wasn't wrong, right? This is the equivalent of you going to Bella and saying, Bella, give me that thing. It's distracting me. That thing you just grabbed from her. Technically, you're not wrong. It's distracting you and it bothers you, so you're not wrong. But it was in the delivery of the message is where you were wrong. By grabbing it and snatching it. She felt offended by that. Same thing with me. I wasn't wrong. It's stupid to wear a mask in the office by myself where I'm in the back of the building. You've seen where I am. But I handled it wrong. It was my delivery that was wrong. Instead of saying to him, I'm not going to wear that mask. Bro, that's stupid. I should have said, you know what, man? I don't agree with wearing a mask, but I understand where you're coming from, that this is important to you. And I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to contact Mike and see what I can do to get some type of an exemption for this. And that would have been perfect. He would have been okay with that, but he felt offended because of how I approached him. And that's something that you can control. So in conclusion, going forward, and I'm going to tell your mommy this, going forward, I want you purposefully to communicate in a clear, nice manner when something upsets you. And I'm going to do the same to you guys. And if I don't do it, you got to be like, Daddy, hey, you remember you said to us that if something upsets you, no, you got to, because I need your help, and because this is, you know, this is.
But then you can't get mad at us.
No, I'm not.
Because then you get mad at us and you're like, eh.
No, yeah. Well, you see, I was doing it because I was wrong. You see what I mean? That reaction that you just did right there, that is, I was wrong for doing that. You see what I mean? And if I do it, you gotta be like, Daddy, you just did it again. And I might be pissed, and I may be like, you know what? And then when I calm down, I'm gonna be like, damn, you know what? You were right. I messed up, and I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But if you don't hold me accountable, and I don't hold you accountable, and you don't hold him accountable, and you don't hold her accountable, and you don't come to me and say like, Daddy, Bella, like, you know, she was mad at me because the volume was too high. And instead of her saying, Michael, can you please understand that the volume is too high, lower the volume? You know, and you're going to have to say it once, twice, sometimes 3 times. Okay? If after the 3rd time of you saying it nicely, he doesn't lower the volume, then you got to go to mommy. Okay? And then mommy, then me. All right? And if you do that, I'll give you $5 for doing that. Okay? If you follow that pattern of saying it nicely and the other person doesn't respond. Because there is a time in which you do have to go to someone's boss. Please don't do that. There is a time you have to go to someone's boss. There is a time you have to go to mommy. Right? But we need to break that pattern that started with Laura Beatriz Alarco Castellanos. And more than likely, I don't know, Mama Maria, her mom, I don't know. Mama Maria is my grandmother. That's what we would call her. Mama Maria or Papa Virgilio. I don't know who it started with. But we got to break that pattern. Okay? And now that I've identified it, I need you guys to break that pattern and work on it. Any questions? All right.
My inside face is...
Can you get a Band-Aid?
This kid took it away from me and then started playing it, ripped it up, right? You.
Yeah, you see that's...
Mind blowing.
I know what you is.
Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2021. And I randomly walked in on this one.
Made me laugh. You're so mean.
Don't laugh. Hey,
That's poop.
why'd you put that on me? Now you're gonna make yourself laugh.
I can too.
What the hell is this?
Poop.
Why you got that thing on your head?
Because then my hair's gonna be everywhere.
This is what it's like being the father of a daughter.
Literally shut up. You're so weird. Go.
Touch your face, touch your face.
I will bite you.
Touch your face, touch your face, touch your face. See what the boy's doing. Get that stuff away from me. What you doing, boy?
It's just somewhere on my board.
Alrighty then. Oh, my stapler arrived. Good. Cool. Careful. Don't hurt yourself, please.
Fine. Alright.
Hola mis amigos faranduleros, hoy esta tarde voy a dedicarles a ustedes con todo el cariño y con mucha voluntad de mi parte y de todo corazón. Me quiero tomar un trago para brindar para el año que viene, el 2021, esperando que todo sea pues tranquilidad, que se acabe la pandemia y que nos volvamos a ver, ¿no? Quizás tengamos pues la oportunidad de darnos un abrazo y decirnos feliz año 2021. Les deseo de todo corazón mil felicidades, mucho amor, mucho dinero, mucho trabajo, mucha voluntad para seguir viviendo, porque hoy de verdad lo único que tenemos que hacer es darle muchas gracias a Dios por darnos esta salud, por darnos la vida, por darnos ese deseo de vivir, ¿no? Por darme esta voluntad de dedicarme a todos ustedes y decirles, ¿sabes qué? Que tengas un lindo año nuevo, que Dios les bendiga a todos, ¿no? Y que lo pasen hermoso. Ya saben, desde aquí de mi casa, brindando un trago con ustedes, acordándome de todos ustedes, ¿ok? Porque los quiero mucho y todo este año pues les he extrañado bastante porque siempre hemos estado cerrados, abandonados, no nos hemos visto, pero quiero que sepan que los amo mucho, que a pesar que no me llaman, no me escriben, no me ven nada, pero les quiero mucho a mis amigos, a mi familia y a todos con mucho amor. Que Dios les bendiga. Happy New Year.
It's New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2020, and we are at Jason Olivo's house, chilling it and killing it. Wall Street Warriors, unite. Woof, woof, motherfucker, woof, woof. Brr. You wanna fight, nigga? He ran away. He's like, oh shit. Oh shit.
I love the boy.
You gotta be tougher than that, dog. Yeah, we got the uvas going. Woo-hoo.
¿Cuánto falta?
How many are we supposed to eat?
Falta. ¿Qué hora es? Mira.
How many minutes? Like 6-7 minutes.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Get the champagne.
It's champagne.
Champagne, champagne.
Salud, my nigga. My brother Jay, the one who started it all. Wall Street Warriors, baby. Yeah.
Champán. ¿Dónde está el champán?
Oh, go. Oh, we have nice ones. Go there.
Dale, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde lo vamos a poner?
I gotta get the kids on the phone. Where's my thing?
Yes.
Afuera.
Nice and frío. Nice and frío.
¿Por qué esperas?
You want rosé or you want regular? Get him the rosé. Babe, give him the pink box.
The pink box, baby. Woo-hoo.
Tenemos the pink box.
You want the pink box? Give me the pink box. You want to give me the pink box?
Okay. Let me see.
Look at how sexy she look. God damn it. Look at how sexy she look.
No.
Damn, woman. Were you born that way or?
Pink, baby.
The pink box?
¿Qué
Wepa!
vaso? ¿En el mismo vaso de estos?
Well, we're gonna start eating grapes.
Oh, we're gonna get nice glasses.
Pero what happened? El dueño de la casa no.
Magnetic, I need magnetic. Maybe here?
Dice que está cansado casi. Yo no sé qué te vas a hacer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he can do it.
Katy, ¿cuál?
He has the energy. Where my grapes at? Which is my grapes? This is mine?
Lo quiera, todos son las 12.
Epa! Latin music.
Nos va a coger la hora.
No, it's 5
Como
minutes.
así, ¿no?
I'm a pro at this. I'm a pro at this.
Do we want to do it over there with the TV?
Yes, with the TV, let's do it.
Wait, Italian, so we're doing cookies in here?
Yeah, should we put it in here, the uvas?
No, es para el champán que va a poner en.
Oh, okay.
Katy, tu sombrero.
Champán, champán.
Champagne.
¿El rojo o el amarillo?
Look at these beautiful ladies.
Thank you, thank you.
Damn, bro.
¿Y el pitito?
I got my pitito. Where it at? Where's mine at? There you go, mommy.
I'm sorry, papi. Se asustó mi perrito.
No, mi perrito es de ellos. You confused it with frijol.
Ese es del perrito, seguro.
How many minutes?
4 minutes. I can't see you guys. I can't see you
Oye, a mí me importa poco lo que se diga, bendita soy el ladrón y yo somos socios de la vida. Soy bandolero como el Mr. Politiquero, que se robó el dinero y lo postularon de nuevo. Como si nada fuera cayó dos bombas, nos daban conspiración la guerra. Y yo no soy un ejemplo, mi respeto a tengo talento. Si tú quieres que yo escriba, mi niña me inspira. Es que el GTA me tiene en la mira. Claro, mis impuestos pago. Critican si trabajo, critican si soy vago. Y hago el primero y me tratan de segunda. A Selena le encanta como el negro zumba. Yo soy tu cuco, tengo el trabuco. Conocido mundialmente como el maluco.
It's happening. Wait, what? 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Shit. This is falling. Oh. Is the New Year ready? Happy New Year, guys. That's in Miami, though. Wow. How the fuck we get That's Miami. Oh my God. Can't see you. Happy New Year!
Espero que este año llegue lleno de esperanza, de creatividad y de mucha familia. Tú puedes ofrecer tu vida en el
Like, we didn't even feel it. That's crazy.
pero depende para ti que siempre si estás pensando.
Oh, yeah, Jay. ¡Huepa! Hey, 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 hey. Eso, take it down.